Welcome everyone. Skip tracing, what is it? How to do it for free? And I just want to go through this quick overview of what is skip tracing because I get asked this question from time to time. And if you're just starting out, you're just starting to do a deal, or you just don't lack the direction, and I'm big on directions and just step-by-step actionable content on this channel. And I want to share with you what skip tracing is from a simple level. And I'm going to run you through and show you exactly how you can do it and how we do it every single time for free on properties we find driving for dollars or various other ways that we find properties and leads in our city. And I'm going to show you this works in any city, any market, any county in America. And I'll show you that right now. So let's dive in. Skip tracing. Once you've located a property that you've deemed worthy, that you know needs work, you found it driving for dollars, it looks vacant, or there's 100 broken cars outside, the grass is 10 feet tall, there's boarded up windows, whatever criteria it met to make your driving for dollars list, you've deemed it worth reaching out to the owner. So what you need to do now is find the contact information for that owner or that person that is entitled to that property. And what that deep dive is called is skip tracing. Now it's a little detective work, it's a little intuition. There's a lot of little things that go into it, but it's really simple to do because a lot of these properties you find they're going to be in such disrepair and they've been so lackadaisically taken care of, and people just have let them go and they've just said, screw it, I'm not going to deal with it. And they just let it go. So these people don't care. Some of them don't want to be found. Some of them have judgments against them. Some of them have family member they've been hiding from. It's crazy the stuff you're going to find. The more deals you do, the more people you try to get in contact with, the more stories you find, get yourself in the middle of, and then just the more deals you do. You're just gonna, some of these stories, things you cannot write. It's incredible. So skip tracing is this process of finding all of that information out, whether it be the emails, phone numbers, mailing addresses, and the big one is relatives. Relatives are most of the kinds of properties that we end up buying. You're going to end up finding people in the family as well as the person who's directly on the title via the tax records. And I'll show you how to find any tax record website, tax assessor website in the entire county or the entire country, for any county in America. But relatives is a huge part of this, and if it's not so obvious, and some skip tracing services are going to tell you if the person is deceased, especially if you pay for them. A lot of times they will tell you date of birth, date of death, stuff like that, emails, everything that goes into it. But for this one, it doesn't always tell you that. It tells you their age, and if it says they're 117, then you need to use your intuition and probably realize they're not alive anymore. And so you're going to take the last name, and we'll get into that here in a minute. But there's plenty of ways to skip trace, but let's focus on the free way to do it. And I want to dive in and show you guys right now. So what we're going to do, no matter where you are in the country, you can head on over to Netar Online. And from here, you're going to be able to navigate, no matter what county it is, you're going to navigate to the correct county website. So you're not sitting there on Google typing in Los Angeles tax assessor website. But honestly, if you type that in, you're going to find it's probably the first or second thing that comes up. But this is a centralized spot that has all of the county assessor tax information all in one hub, and it's beautiful, and we use it, and we teach people to go here all of the time. And we want to make sure that if you go here, you take the county website. This is a one-time job. You're going to go to this website, you're going to do this one time, and you're going to save it, and you're going to bookmark it on your browser because you're going to use this resource forever. Not Netar Online. You're going to use your county website forever. I promise you. I'm so diligent with everything that goes into our county website because I've been there 100,000 times. So here we go with Netar Online. This is the homepage right here. What you're going to do is click on Public Records Online. And this is going to take you to a map of, come on now. It's going to take you to a map of every state in America. Here's every state. And I'm going to click on Missouri because that's where I'm at. And it's going to take me to every county, or it's going to take me to all the counties in Missouri. And so I know the property I'm looking at is in St. Louis County. So I'm going to click St. Louis County. And it's going to take me, boom, right here. This gives me the links to my county tax assessor website. And it gives you county mapping GIS, which we use for flood zones and stuff. And then the St. Louis County Department of Revenue, which we have to call sometimes for other things. And it just gives you all of them in one centralized location, like I was saying. So I'm going to go to the St. Louis County assessor. And this is our homepage. I've been on this website probably every single day in the past 3 years, just looking up random things. And what I'm going to do is go to property address. And I found this random property that's listed here in St. Louis. So feel free to copy it. It's not going to do any good. It's just a random listed property here in town, in a neighborhood I own a house in. And so I'm going to take the suffix Margot Ann in this particular format. Yours might be different. I'm going to type in 9508 Margot Ann and click find. And Brenda Goodman is the owner's name. And what you need to remember is this is the legal description of the person's name. So it's not going to be in order all the time. So this is what I mean by intuition. And I'm sorry I'm doing this, but people mess this up and they try to search the first name of Goodman, the last name of Brenda, and the middle initial of J. So the J is the middle initial, Brenda's the first name, Goodman's the last name. So what we're going to do now is, once we've located this, we're going to take this first name. We're going to head on over to, let's do this. We're going to head on over to True People Search, and you plug them into right here, plug it into True People Search, and let me just show you how easy it is. So we're going to True People Search. Let me click on this. 100% free. You don't have to pay for this. And so here's the True People Search home screen. And what you're going to type in is, I always copy and paste because I just don't type anything anymore in my life. And then you're going to take Brenda, and then here's her last name, Goodman. And we're going to go back to True People. And the big part about this is putting that J. I don't know why they love it, but it filters down the results to so small. It's something that I highly suggest doing. Then I'm going to go back to my county website, and I'm going to take this entire thing, copy, we'll go back to True People Search, and I'm going to copy this whole thing right here. Then I'm going to click search. And so this is where a little your intuition comes in. So on this one, the first ones that come up says lives in Chicago, Illinois. It's not going to be the person we're looking for. And the reason I say that is because, see where it says the mailing address? It says same as taxing address. The other thing I'm going to do with my intuition is take, obviously this property is listed, but it's listed with furniture and stuff in it. So it looks like they still live here. I wouldn't say that they live out of state. They might be in the middle of a move, or they might be doing a number of other things. So let's go back to True People Search. This one, she could be living here, but this is probably, it says related. And so this gives you all the relatives. This is another one, Chicago, Illinois, Brandon, Florida. I'm still going. And this one right here, where it says age 71, lives in St. Louis, Missouri. This is probably her. So I'm going to click view details, and this is her current address. See how it just pops up like that? And then here are the 2 potential phone numbers to call right now. If this property wasn't listed and I found it driving for dollars, that I would be calling those numbers, and I would just say, hey, I own a property in the neighborhood. I looked at a house in the neighborhood, whatever you got to say to feel local. And I would just say, hey, I'm looking at buying another property in the neighborhood. Have you ever considered an offer on that property? Have you ever considered selling it? Have you ever considered doing anything with it? What's kind of going on? I just, from a concerned neighbor approach, just trying to see what's going on. Now, these free reports, this one is a good one because this one comes with email addresses right here. And I would copy and paste. I would have an email saved in your starred folder on Gmail or whatever you use, and save that template. And I would email all of these emails as well. And so that's just a really good way another way to try to get in contact with them. And then what else it lists too, which is good information to know sometimes, is previous addresses, because some of the ones you got to go deeper on, like this one gives me associated relatives, which the Brenda J. Jones, I don't know why they all, Benda and then Brenda, I don't know if they're even related, but if you can click on these people, it'll open up a new window. And sometimes you can kind of, so this one's in St. Louis, this one's in St. Louis. And then you start to look at the compared relatives, and the relatives should match up, right? That's the common sense, you would think. But in this particular example, I would have to dig a little deeper because I'm not too sure. I would start here, and then I would start here and look at these 2 Brendas and see if they're related. And then another thing you need to do with your intuition is take the ages. So the age 63, age 59. So the age of this lady, Brenda, is 71. So is it possible that the other ones are sisters or brothers? Absolutely. Well, they might not be, because they might not have the same name. They might never have married. Who knows? I mean, you just don't know. Don't always assume that stuff, but you just got to start doing some detective work. But the moral of this stuff is phone numbers and emails. And that's what we want to do. That's all we need to take from this entire process. And it's a very good chance, just from doing this free service right here, that one of these 2 numbers, or sometimes there's 4 or 5, sometimes there's 1. And then about 10% of the time, maybe 15% of the time, True People Search isn't going to have any phone numbers, which is okay. You can pay for other skip tracing services. It's not a big deal. You don't need to get all crazy with this stuff. I'm telling you, we use this every single time when we're looking at properties. And for, like I say, 10 to 15% of the time. And if you're looking at, that's such a good response, like good content rate. If you're getting 80 to 85% phone numbers on skip traces that you look up, that's pretty much as good as any skip trace service you're going to pay for. But if in the case you do want to buy skip tracing services, just check out ours at bestreitools.com, and I'll put the links in the description. So I hope this process clears up some simplicities of how skip tracing can be. It's really not hard. Feel free to watch this video multiple times, watch it on 2 times, check out the links in the description, and just feel and help me out and grow and subscribe. I'm just trying to help answer questions. I get hit with all these questions all the time, and I just want all the answers to be in one centralized location. So here they are.